All right, welcome back to Farmer Simulator 22, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. So today we've got some stuff going on. We're gonna run out into town and go check out a car dealership because I was just looking at a couple cars online. We have a little bit of spending money right now. We're about to make some more this month with the sale of our production products. Um, so we sold our dairy products, or dairy products. We sold our milk earlier this month and made about $240,000 off of our milk. So the cows have definitely more than paid themselves off. Um, but now we have to pay off, or the loan's been paid off. And we're doing pretty good on money. So I was thinking, heading into town, checking out a car dealership, and seeing if we can get ourselves some toys. This is it's a used car dealer, but they deal with a lot of stuff. They have exotics, they have domestic, they have exotic. They can do pretty much whatever. I was talking to James, the owner there, and he said that they can order anything, um, and that they're thinking about opening up a service shop. But for right now, it's just a showroom, so it's not even like a full-on dealership. It's literally just a showroom. So I figured we'd head down, check it out. I was checking out a couple of cars and potentially a new toy for around the farm. I believe I mentioned it in a couple videos. It might have been last video that I mentioned potentially getting another ATV. So that's actually something that I was looking at online. They had one listed. It is a used ATV, and it's not in the greatest conditions. But I mean, you can't beat the price. I think it's a Maverick, and they only want 15 grand for it. So that is an amazing deal because I was looking at the Can-Am store here to like order one to our other dealer, and they wanted I think like 37,000 for like stock. Like this is $15,000 and it's not stock like that. It is a modified Can-Am. So we're gonna go down there. We're gonna check it out, see if I can negotiate a deal for that and one other car that I was really, really interested in. I've wanted one for a long time, ever since I was a kid. There's another car they have there that I also really want. Well, there's a couple cars they have there that I really want, but there's a truck there that I want, but they're not selling it, so which really sucks. That's their Bronco. They're not selling the Bronco apparently, so that really sucks because I've wanted a Bronco for a long time. And obviously, they want me to trade the truck in there because I've been talking about trading this truck in for, ages. Just because, like this truck has gotten its job done. It does its job. And originally we always had a dually truck available, and we still technically do with the farm truck. But I would like to have my own dually to do deliveries and stuff in, and not have to drive around on the old truck with no AC, no heat. Like it just kind of sucks. So I would like to have a modern truck that's a dually, and with Recon having to go on all these business trips all the time, and like the Ford's not around that much. Because originally that's what I was doing. That's why my truck still has New York plates, because I was still running into New York all the time, and all I needed was the single wheel. So I it was working for the time being, but now I definitely need to upgrade the truck. And I was looking at a couple different upgrade options, but even the trade-in value, because this thing's been ran into the dirt, um, and it's pretty baseline. I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's a nice interior and all, but it's not. I think it's only a limited. I don't think it's the Lariat. I'm not entirely sure what the Dodge trim lines are. So, whoa, you have a stop sign. All right, so we're gonna run down here. If I remember how to get to this place, so past the co-op, past the police station, and then you go in through this entrance. That's right here. So they've been building a bunch of stuff back here, and that's what all these open lots are for. They cleared out all this stuff when they built the police station back here, and they were going to build more. All they've got, I think, is just this AutoZone and the dealer. So, yeah, we make daily runs to this AutoZone now that we've been working on restoring the cars that we pulled from the barn find. So let's see, we're here. So you can see the Bronco. That's not for sale. So we'll go ahead and park up. They've just opened like a week ago, so their supply is kind of limited at the moment. Get a look at what they've got there in the showroom. So, let's take a look. So the Bronco, obviously, I guess that's like a permanent decoration fixture. But this Can-Am, they actually are interested in selling. They still got the attachment on it. That's funny. Oh, interesting. I guess I'll bring this inside for them. I don't think that's supposed to still be on there. I think that's the crane attachment that they used to put that up there. But let's go ahead and go talk to James and take a look at some of these vehicles. All right, so we are here in the dealer. So, wow, looks like they've only got 5 cars in here. It looked like more because of the mirror, I think. From the outside, it looked like they had another like layer of cars there. I don't know why they have the Ram here in the front. I don't hate this 3500. Have to see how much they want for that. Obviously, the coolest thing in here is this. I mean, some people would argue this is, but I mean, you can't. That's rare. Like, you're not going to see that anywhere near here. GT3 RS looks like a 22. I'd love to have this. I definitely cannot afford it. What's the sticker price? Oh, $275,000. Okay, yeah, that's not really in our budget. What is this? Is this a ZL1? Yeah, ZL1. 60 grand. That's not terrible. That's about all I have. Now I'm kind of pulling you guys. Like, I do kind of already have a deal worked out for one car in here, and it's this Mustang. So I'm getting this Mustang for $47,000. That's the deal that we've already negotiated. I'm gonna try to get it a little bit lower. So it's a Boss 302, 1969. It is a full rebuild, so nothing. It's not serial number. It's not a park car, or it's not an all numbers car. It has a different motor in it. You know, it is a rebuild car. It is all original parts, though. They did say that this is all from actual Mustangs, but it is a restoration job. So, that's why I'm able to get it kind of a cheaper price on it, rather than if it was a serial number car, they'd probably want near $100,000 for a Boss. The Charger is also really cool. I would really like to get this Charger, and I might come back for it. I'm not gonna lie. They only want 60 grand for it, and if I'm spending 60 grand, do I want a fucking Camaro, ZL1, or do I want a 69 Charger? Like, I obviously am gonna want the 69 Charger. So, let's see. James said I could pop the hood on this as well. Let's see. Trying to find the hood latch in here. Oh, that's the. Oh wait, that's the trunk latch. Hold on. I just opened the trunk. Oh, that's the radio. How do you open the hood on this thing? This is weird. Is it up here, maybe? Hold on, I gotta go ask James how to open the hood on this thing. Okay, so he says it's actually, for whatever reason, it's on the right side. Oh, what? Oh, that's the horn. Wait, does it have a... It's got the General Lee horn. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at, because it's a Dodge motor, and I don't know anything about these. I mean, it looks good. V8, obviously. Carbureted, so, I mean, it makes sense. It's an old car. But this thing, I do have the keys for it, so I can start this one up. So obviously, this is what we're looking at with the Mustang. 302. So we'll go ahead and start her up. See what it sounds like. Oh, it sounds great. Oh, this thing sounds amazing. It looks great too. This isn't my favorite color with the Mustangs. I feel like they made better colors than the gold and black with the Bosses. I preferred the red, the really dark red one, but I mean, I'll take it. It's a Boss. I haven't seen one of these. We had a Mustang. Let me shut this thing off. We had a Mustang a long time ago at the farm. We had to sell it. due to financial issues. So it'd be nice to bring one back. It wasn't even mine. It was Recon's Mustang. Was it his Mustang or was it my Mustang? I know he did own a Charger at some point. When we first moved in here, he did have a Charger, like pretty much like this one. But it was not this like Fast and Furious. It wasn't the Dom Toretto build. It was something very different. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, they want 90 grand for this truck because it's the what's it? So obviously it's the Cummins, but I forget the trim line. I think it says it on the back here. No, it says 4x4 on the back here. I don't think it's the Lariat package, is it? I mean, it looks the same as my truck interior. It's actually an older model too. That's what I think as well. This is a 2014. It's a automatic. Yeah, this is almost the same interior as my truck. Oh, the keys are right here. Oh, it sounds great. I don't really like black on a truck, I'm not gonna lie. It's the same reason that my motorcycle's not black. I think that black trucks and white trucks, like, just like black and white motorcycles. I mean, white motorcycles are a little bit more rare to come by, but they're too common. Everyone's got a black bike. Everyone's got a black truck. Like, I've heard I have something more exotic. That's why like stuff like this attracts me so much. Like lime green, like that looks great. I wouldn't put that on a truck. That's definitely a sports car color. Same with like this blue. This blue on black looks great. Like this really nice, like kind of dull blue with the black highlight. It looks great. And the black and chrome doesn't look bad either. I just think it's a little too basic and I would get it repainted. That's why my truck's gray. Even though, you know, specifically with that model Dodge, you see nothing but silver and gray whenever you see them. But let's go run outside, and I want to see if I can get him down a little bit, down to 10 grand for that Maverick. I think I can. They haven't made any sales yet, so I'm hoping that if I can set the tone with trying to negotiate them down, when I come back in the future, they'll be giving me like great deals. All right, so we agreed upon a price. So I paid 40 grand for the pair, so I think that's a great deal. Now the Maverick they've got to get the Maverick down. They got to get the crane over here and all that. So I'm gonna have to come back for that later. But for now, I can take the Mustang. I do have title in hand. So we're gonna go ahead and start it up, and I'm gonna take it for a quick spin around the block, and then I'll throw it in the back of the trailer. Oh Jesus, this thing is not slow. Do not want to play around with this thing. I don't want to speed too much because I'm right next to the police station. Quite a bump they have there. I don't want to open it up too much right next to the police station, so let's get down the street real quick. We'll head in towards town. I gotta swing by the dairy plant down here in town anyway, and make sure it's doing all good. What is going on there? Alright, don't wreck it on your first time out. Jesus. Oh, God. It's a little bit... Oh, there's a car coming. A little bit slippery. Sounds great, though. I'd like to get it over 100, but I can't on any of these roads with all these turns. It just, you know what? Fuck it. We'll send it through town. Nobody knows whose car this is yet, as long as I don't run over anybody. Just the back end wants to kick out so much. Alright, I can't believe we didn't get caught there. That's surprising. Looks like I'm going to come back over here and do some shipments. Let me grab the forklift and move these out of the way. Alright, so I got all those stowed away under the cover there. I don't know why the workers the people we hire, they keep on throwing them out here where they get rained on and stuff. So we only come around about once a month to pick up shipments, but they just always put them out here for some reason. Luckily, our guys at our grain mill do that because we produce so much flour and it can't get wet. Once that flour gets wet, it is ruined. So, unless of course you're making a cake or bread or anything with, you know, flour's got to get wet to cook. So, you know, just let's get back to the dealership, load the car up, and let's get it home. I think traffic's light today. But you never really, oddly enough, around town, you don't really see a lot of traffic. A lot of the locals don't really come around town. I mean, they go to the grocery store over there, but pretty much everyone else, I mean, unless they're coming down here to the AutoZone, they just don't have any reason to come all the way down here. Alright, so hopefully this fits in the trailer, because I was going to go, like, actually, like, rent an actual car trailer, but, I figured the bike trailer is big enough since it's built to carry 4 bikes. Alright, let's go ahead and drop the trailer bed here. Let's see. Yeah, we should have more than enough room. Alright, we're just gonna be real careful putting it in, so. That's what she said I had to. I had to do at least one that's what she said joke this video. It appears I am not able to get out of here. Oh, this has... Interesting. Hold on a minute. I may have been dense. Not realize something. Oh, I have been dense, haven't I? I can pop the hood on this. I totally forgot about that. So you see those little... I'm going to break the immersion real quick. See these little X's? That is a... that's a mod that allows us to interact with doors and stuff in ways you wouldn't normally be able to. I think there's one on the hood, or one on the roof. No, okay. Let's get the car loaded. Ooh, a little too fast. I want it to be somewhat centered in here. Alright, sweet. So let's go ahead and we'll throw the trailer up and then get going here. Alright, so let's see if we can make our way out. But as you can see, all of our field prep is complete. Obviously, in the last episode, we did this field. I knocked out the field back there and got the one up by the road as well done. So all that needs to be done now is we need to slurry the fields and then actually plant. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing unloaded. So this is actually just going to go right next to the bike. I would pull the farm truck out, but technically this is Recon's side of the garage, so if he ever buys another bike, the farm truck gets kicked back out. So my truck will just live outside. That's what it used to a long time ago anyway. So. Now this is a garage that I would like to have. This is what I've been working towards for so long, to have this, you know, bike with the muscle car. I want more. I'm not gonna lie, I'm ambitious. I want more stuff. I talked about it a few videos ago. I don't know if it ever made it into the final cut, about building a big kind of toy hall, which is large shed, kind of like what we keep the tractors in, just full of like muscle cars, sports cars, ATVs, dirt bikes, all types of crazy stuff that we get to do really cool stuff on the farm, and go and take out to the off-road parks and take them on road trips. The biggest just shame is that the RV we own is not a toy hauler. I am still looking, and I would, if I could find an RV this big and this nice, like the interior is so bougie. But if I could find one that's that nice and is a toy hauler, I would trade this one in an instant. I don't care if it costs me $100,000. I would get. This is only a what, $60,000 RV. I would trade it in so fast for like $200,000 RV if it was as bougie as this one and a toy hauler. Because it is annoying. Because unless I buy a bigger truck, which is part of the thing that I want another bigger truck, because I'm gonna get rid of the bike trailer, and I'm gonna buy a big ass enclosed car trailer, like the ones you see like people bringing drag cars to the track in. Because like don't get me wrong, this trailer is great, but I can only haul one car at a time or 4 bikes, and then the 4 bikes is a squeeze. I can do maybe 2 in the. If I did like off-road park, I would have to put the bikes all the way in the front, and then maybe could fit 2 ATVs in there. But also, if we want the boat, and by the boat, I mean the boat that I'm probably going to buy because there's a boat. There's a bass boat that I've been having my eyes on for a while. That a guy's selling. He can't take it out anymore. There's really not too many places you can take a boat out here. There's the river, and that's about it. And the river's kind of not great for boating. It's great for fishing. We go fishing there all the time, and that's why I'm kind of interested, because it's a bass boat. It's really small. So I was thinking maybe if I can find a place to launch it from, I can maybe take it out there. I've been holding off on it because I don't want to buy a boat and then not be able to use it. Like, I'd have to take it all the way out to use it. Like, I don't want to have to go all the way to pretty much like Delaware to go use the boat. Like, that's such a drive. But, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to head back into the dealership and buy anything else once we get a little bit of money coming in the door later this month. There is another barn find on the horizon that I'm going to have my eyes peeled for, so I'm kind of cautious with purchasing vehicles right now because I don't know what's going to be in the barn find. And I don't want to like buy a Mustang. I just bought a Mustang and we found a Mustang in the barn. Like, doubt that's going to happen. Like I said, barn finds vary. The last one was great. It's way more than we expected. In fact, we actually are probably going to have to get rid of some of this equipment. I don't know if you guys caught it, but the Willys has made its way out of the garage and into the garage back here. It does run now. Everything is perfectly fine on this. It is a replica, so it's not really worth a lot. We were thinking about donating it to the town, like the VFW or something, to put out front. I think it'd be pretty cool for them to have a nice little Jeep or something that they can use for like the 4th of July parade or Memorial Day parade, Veterans Day parade, stuff like that. Because they always do stuff like that in town. So I was thinking about donating it, get ourselves a little tax write-off while we're at it, and do something for the community. But let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.